have a bunch of these Align race gates, and while they're pretty nice to use, I found two major problems with them. One is that they're really slow and fiddly to set up and tear down. The tent pole in the back it really gets hung up very easily, and when you're trying to just set it up by yourself, it gets caught, and it just takes a lot of time. And the bigger problem was in the kits that I got, most of them actually happened to be cut the wrong size. So the tent poles were way too long to actually fit inside the things without ripping the pockets, trying to get them stretched and pulled out even with a second person to help. So I came up with this solution that actually lets you set up and especially tear down the gates super fast.
So all you need to do is in the section that the tent pole runs through at the very top, just punch a bunch of half-inch grommets through, and this I've got a little square cut off of scrap leather just to give it something to grab onto, and then you can use a Velcro strap or whatever you want to string it up to the pole, so then you don't have to worry about fishing the pole through the thing and it coming apart, and if it's too long, if the pole can be a very different size, you just need to adjust how long the pull strap that you use is. I really like these. These are 6-inch bungee balls, and these are too long for at least the poles that I have, but rather than shortening them, I just have a zip tie kind of part way through, and it gives a kind of a handy little pull ring. So when the ball's in place, you've got just a little tail to grab to help get it around, and when you're tearing it down, it's particularly quick because you can just grab the ring and pull it off quite easy without having to if you shorten it up, then you've got it around the edge, you've got to fish around for it, and it takes a little more time. So it's super quick to set up, and it works really well. And of course, the other thing you have to do on these particular gates is on the side that's closed off, just cut it. And then you can use this as a pocket.
I also found when doing this that there's not enough tension in the spine for the two little short sticks on the feet to actually do anything worthwhile. So to keep it from flopping over, just treat the wings like guy wires and pull them back and tight. And if you do that, then it has plenty of strength to hold up even against the wind. And one less thing to set up and tear down.
Now, when you're doing the grommets, punching this kind of flexi nylon stuff, it doesn't work super easy, but it's really quick if you just take the underside of the grommet, place it where you want, and make sure your fingers are out of the way, and you can just use an old soldering iron to very quickly punch through, and then use the inside as a guide, and you have a perfect hole. And now if I just run it along the top, this gives me a hole that's the perfect size for the grommet to fit through with no extra slack. And because it's a melted and not cut, it's a lot less likely to fray along that inside edge.